Chastity here, and I'm with Jeff Colombo, the Gaming Engagement Manager at Lenovo Legion, and we're going to talk about E3 2017 in general, PC gaming, and Lenovo Legion, the line of hardware from Lenovo for gamers.
Yep, that's right.
That's awesome.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate
Thanks
it.
for being here.
Yes, definitely.
So Lenovo is very young in the gaming space.
Yep.
So why did they decide to get into gaming?
About 2 years ago, we started designing everything around gaming. We didn't have gaming PCs, we had multimedia PCs, but what we found is that a lot of our community was actually asking for gaming. And they said, well, we have other competitors, and they said, why don't you do gaming PCs? So we really looked into it and found that due to the fact that our distribution model and how big we are as a PC manufacturer in general, kind of lent us to getting right into it and being a competitor right off the bat. And we definitely take a different approach to gaming, which I'm sure we'll talk about.
Yes.
So, and after 2 years, we're cranking it out and really making some waves, which is great.
That's exciting. So PC gaming is really big right now. Why do you think it's a good time to be a PC gamer and also to jump into PC gaming if you haven't started yet?
Well, I think over time it's been easier. I think a decade or two ago, it was very difficult. You had to load the disk, there's software problems, and now they've made it more mainstream where you really can load digitally any game you really want. Steam made a huge bonus to that, and we have something like Green Man Gaming, which is a competitor of theirs. So it's easy to get digital content now and to play it, and I think the PCs are just so much more powerful. So you see that with a lot of streaming specifically. I think the streaming market really helped a lot of people want to do something else. Like they'd be gaming, but now like, oh, well, I can stream, and maybe I can make some money off of it. So the dynamic of what Twitch has kind of brought to gaming in general has really helped. Now you have Mixer in the mix, for lack of a better term. And yeah, thank you, I appreciate that. And I think that is really what is going to make a big difference, is just how acceptable and how usable PCs are and how much you can do with them, which at the moment, great for us, blow away any console that you see.
Awesome. That's really exciting. So let's talk about Lenovo Legion. So tell me more about how these hardware pieces came to be.
So again, we kind of started with multimedia, and when we launched our first products 2 years ago, our goal was to actually have more of a community segment. So we want to make sure that, yes, we had product, but what we were doing is we were listening to our community on what they want. So we're probably never going to have 50 SKUs like some of our competitors have. We're going to have 10, but they're the 10 that our community actually wants to purchase and use.
They're specialized for what they're asking for.
That's right, yeah. So for instance, we had a Y700 laptop last year, and the feedback was people liked it, but they wanted two things. They wanted it lighter, and they wanted to make sure that the price point was down a little bit more. So that is why we have a Y520 right now. It actually came from the community. And we do market research and things of that nature, but what that does is that just solidifies what they're actually asking. And to my knowledge, we're really the only PC company that does that. We care so much about what our community wants. That's what we're going to build next.
That's great. So you mentioned the Lenovo Legion Y520 laptop. Can you tell me more about that?
Yep. So it is under 6 pounds. It's very slick, very sleek. It has an i7 7700. It has you can either get a GTX 1050, 1050 Ti, or a 1060.
Nice.
And we wanted to make sure that the price point was really good. So I think right now you can get it for $850 or less. So it really fits in that price point. We had a lot of people from college that may not have disposable income yet, and that was their biggest thing. They wanted something they could just use from school, but their main entertainment value was gaming. So we wanted something that was powerful enough to game, but at that price point that they felt like they could actually use, and they can use it usually through college. And then at that point, they can transfer up to something else.
It's a catch-all for everything you need, but especially gaming.
Yeah, well, yeah, especially gaming. I mean, that's definitely the entertainment value you want.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. And we focused on that. And we passed it by some people we had under NDA that are gamers that are just community members. And they're like, this is what we want.
Great.
And we knew that was it.
So there's also the Lenovo Legion Y720 laptop.
That's correct. Yep.
Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so that has a little more bells and whistles. It's a little more expensive, but the screens are the same. It still has a GTX 1060 in it. But what it has is it has Dolby Atmos. It's the first laptop to actually come with Dolby Atmos.
Yes.
And that's fantastic. The sound quality on that is ridiculous. It also allows you to sync your Xbox One controller directly to your Xbox account, which not a lot of people have. And then it also has what we call the Lenovo Entertainment Hub, which is the new software we're working on that actually allows you to go through Green Man Gaming and load content or preload content that you have, and it turns it almost into an upscale virtual reality. So it's something that we're working on. We're working on. It's brand new. So those things together, plus it has some lighting effects. It's a little bit heavier, but it can crank out everything, and you can use it for VR.
So let's talk about desktops. So tell me more about the Y720 Cube from Lenovo Legion.
Yeah, we actually came out with that because while people loved our Y900 series, which was very upgradable, it's just a regular desktop. What people were asking for is something closer to a small form factor. The reason for that is because desktops take up quite a bit of space. So what we did is we designed the Y720 Cube in order to kind of put it wherever you want. It is a little bit bigger than what your typical small form factor would be, but you can pick it up. It's actually pretty light, and you can upgrade it. I think that's one of the biggest things that is while it does also sync to your Xbox controller, because we have that integration, you can upgrade it how you want. Part of Legion's big piece is we don't want you to buy a shell of something and feel like in 2 years that you have to buy another one. We want you to use that for as long as you want and try to upgrade it as much as possible. And when you're ready, come on back to us. We'll have something new for you.
Awesome. So I know you're into gaming.
I am.
So
yep.
If I were to get my Lenovo Legion Y720 Cube, what should I play on it?
Well, if you have the ability to play Battlegrounds, what a fantastic game that is right now.
It's a lot of fun.
There's a whole bunch of stuff coming out here that is amazing. But if you were to load anything, I mean, Overwatch, everybody plays. People love Hearthstone. I mean, Blizzard's hard to beat. They do such a good job.
Now let's talk about E3 2017.
Okay.
So what games are you excited about that you can possibly play on Lenovo Legion products?
Destiny 2 is probably number one because it was so console heavy that it really wasn't in the PC realm, and the PC community is just loving it, and we've already been asked multiple times, can you do something with them? Can you do something with them? They want exclusives and stuff like that. So we'll be talking to Activision in the future and see what we can do.
Nice.
At the same time, Call of Duty World of War II is there. There's some great stuff coming out with Ubisoft, like Skull and Bones. Assassin's Creed Origins is coming out. Far Cry 5 is coming out. So there's really a ton of fantastic content that is coming out within the next year that I think our PCs can easily handle on high and ultra settings just by plugging it in and playing it.
Nice.
I think that's one of the biggest pieces we have is we want to make sure that we're transparent with our community. So when we do gameplay videos or we do something that's on YouTube or we're streaming, anything that you see is exactly what you get. That's our biggest value. We don't optimize differently, overclock to make it look better. You plug it in, you play, it looks just like we do.
It's fantastic. And lastly, what is the game that you're most excited about?
Well, I'm pretty sure I will lose part of my life on Destiny 2. Sea of Thieves was awesome.
It does. It's like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was
especially to play with your friends.
And that's just it. I think the gaming world is lacking a really great MMO right now. I think World of Warcraft and things like that have been around for a while. I think those are going to stay. But nothing's been so fun as what Sea of Thieves could be. And I'm married with kids, so I either have to find time to play after or get my son to play with me, and I think that's how we're going to get it done.
Awesome. Well, Jeff, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you guys
I
for
appreciate
watching.
it.
And for all